everyone, today on BKRsport, we're going to be going over how we became a Brisbane Heat fan in the BBL. If you don't know what the BBL is, basically it is the Big Bash League in Australia. It's been going for 13 seasons now, that's why it's BBL 13. And yeah, really looking forward to it. You know, it's a 2020 cricket league where you get 20 overs each and just go for gold realistically. You literally just see some big time hitters, you know, like a Glennie Maxwell, like a Chris Lynn. Those guys just absolutely whacking the ball. And one of those guys I just mentioned, Chris Lynn, is actually a big reason as to why I got into the Brisbane Heat. And that's what today's video was all about, just explaining kind of how I became a fan of this team ahead of the new season that starts tonight. Fun fact for you, and it is actually the Brisbane Heat take on the Melbourne Stars tonight. But I thought I'd film this video because I've done videos in the past where I've explained how I became a Titans fan, or you know, how I became a Vision Chula fan. I don't think I've actually brought that out yet. Ooh, no, I have not. But I have done videos in the past where I've explained to you like how I've become a fan of these teams. Chicago Bulls, I did another one as well. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty good idea considering that it starts tonight, and you know, you probably don't know how I started becoming a fan of the Brisbane Heat. But I will also clarify here, just before I start, is that I've always maintained that, firstly, I'm from the Gold Coast, right? I love the Gold Coast, big fan of the Titans, and want the Gold Coast to succeed. And the Brisbane Heat are the closest team to me. So, of course, you know, I'm always going to feel aligned with a team that is as close as possible. And they did play a few games at Metricon as well at the time. It's now, you know, Heritage Bank Arena or Heritage Bank Park. Which one actually is it? Heritage Bank Stadium, actually? Heritage Bank Stadium. Is it Heritage Bank Stadium or... Yeah, it is. Heritage Bank Stadium on the Gold Coast, which obviously used to be Metricon. So, yeah, look, the Brisbane Heat obviously would play a few games there, and it would be fun to go and watch. Now, if the Gold Coast do get a BBL team, which they are talking about, I will become a Gold Coast fan. I'm not as attached to the Brisbane Heat as I am with other teams. However, I do support them for the time being. I do enjoy watching them, and I do want to see them succeed 100%. But when you're a Gold Coast fan, you know, Brisbane, obviously, usually you don't like to align with Brisbane because of the rivalry there, but it is a Queensland area. So, look, I don't really mind it, to be fair. But, look, the Brisbane Heat have been a fun team to watch for the entire time that I've been getting around to them. You know, I actually originally was provided tickets to their games. So, you guys have seen the vlogs they've done in the past at Brisbane games. I actually was provided tickets to those games, and it was awesome. I really appreciate the Brisbane Heat social media team who gave me those tickets. They gave me, I think this hat might have actually come from them too, to be completely honest with you. I can't really remember, but yeah, they provided me a lot to come to the games and enjoy, and it was so much fun, man. The vlogs that we do at cricket games, it's so much fun to create. To edit and to just watch in general. Even if they lose, it's still a fun vlog to edit because you find those peak moments, and there is so many peak moments. Even if you look like you're losing a game, you can still edit in some real quality moments based on the fact that there are still going to be wickets that are going to be taken. There are still going to be sixes that are going to be made. So regardless, it is always a good time. So, you know, for me, going to those games really enhance the experience because BBL games to go to are so much fun. Everyone buys into it. Everyone buys into the moment. They celebrate every six and they celebrate every wicket. Obviously, the wickets are probably the most exciting part when you're the team bowling, in my personal opinion. It just gives you that real adrenaline rush and that real kind of hype moment. So, you know, that is really what drew me into the BBL. Now, for me, I actually prefer the 5-day form of cricket. I love the pace of 5-day test. Now, I know it's not for everybody. You know, people don't have the... How do I say it? They don't have the... I don't want to insult people by saying they don't have the brain power, right? You know, they don't have the patience is what I'll do. Social media has obviously brought people to really like short things, quick, to the point, bang, 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 and that's what BBL is. For me, I've really enjoyed the pace of a cricket game across 5 days where there's so many tactics, there's so many different moments, you know, both teams get to bat twice, both teams get to bowl twice. You know, there's just so many things that go into it, right? So I'm a big fan of the 5-day test matches, and as you guys know, I stream those 5-day tests here, and we will be doing it and throughout this cricket season. But yeah, with me in the Brisbane Heat, you know, they are a local team to me. They are an hour away from me. They play the Gabba. The Gabba is a fantastic stadium to watch the cricket in, and it's a really loud stadium too. You know, that's where the Brisbane Lions also play. Chris Lynn was a huge reason as to getting into the team as well. You know, the way that he would hit that ball and just send everyone nuts was something that I think will always help me to respect the Brisbane Heat too. You know, I will always respect kind of what he was able to provide that team, and he's at Adelaide now, and which is really sad, but you know, overall he was a massive part, I think, around why Brisbane really bought into the culture of what the Brisbane Heat are to provide. So yeah, he's a huge reason there. Obviously Maxi Bryant's been around for quite some time as well, and it's just always good to see the different characters that come through these teams, which I guess comes with every sport, to be fair, but it's always really good to see the complete different styles that you play year on year, rather than other sports that if you've got a similar team, you're probably going to play a very similar way for a few years. But with the BBL, it's chopping and changing so much that it's always different, and it's just always something new in it. A team could be awful and then become a star team like that, or a team can be a star team and they can completely drop off as well. For most people, you know, they realise per scorchers, they don't really chop off. They just always seem to stay there. But, you know, a lot of the other teams do kind of chop and change, and it really does come down to the wire as well. And that's what's really exciting about it. Now, I would love the Gold Coast to get a team. Obviously, we do have a stadium there, but for the time being, I get around the Brisbane Heat, and I love it, and I celebrate them like they're my own. I do have that ideology and thought process that, yeah, look, one day it will change because I love the Gold Coast as much as I do, but for the time being, gee whiz, you know, I'm really looking forward to the season. I'm really looking forward to creating content around the BBL in general, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be really exciting. So yeah, a bit of a weird video actually, a bit of a weird video where I was like, yeah, this is my team, probably not in the future, but this is my team absolutely. Back him in 100% of the way until the Gold Coast come in. I'm always open and honest with that. You know, I feel like with the cricket, with the BBL, it's very difficult to kind of get that crazy fanaticism that you do see with other sports like the NRL, like the AFL. It's very difficult to get that because it is very much an off-season sport for Australians where they don't really care. Like, they go for the entertainment and they go for the fact that it's a sporting event that's on, but I don't think that people really ultimately care as much as they do for a team like, for example, the Brisbane Broncos. You know what I'm saying? Or like, for example, the Collingwood Magpies. Those kind of teams in their areas that really encapsulated because of the length of time that you do support them. The BBL only goes for a couple of months, and it is very much like, yeah, it's Christmas period, cricket period, bit of fun, but then people do start to get over cricket pretty quickly as that January period comes around because they know the NRL and AFL is about to come back. So yeah, look, I'm really excited to be streaming these games. I'm really excited to get back into it. Hopefully the Brisbane Heat can go one further this year. Obviously they did fall in the grand final just this last previous season. That was really upsetting because they probably should have won that game, to be completely honest with you. Obviously did not. But yeah, really excited for this season to come down. Get around the Brisbane Heat. I'll see you guys in the streams. Obviously hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.